Okay, hi guys, my name is Grace, and this reading will be the no communication reading. So if you're wanting to just know what your person is going through right now, how they're doing, this is usually the format that I use when I do in-depth reading, but I do it two-way, not only one way. But with this reading, I'll only do one way, only their side. So I usually do both sides. But yeah, I have two deck here, deck number 1 and deck number 2. For some reason I can't speak, and it is a communication reading. So yeah, deck 1 and deck 2, and I'll get onto your reading. Okay, so for the people who picked this deck, I'll start. I have these cards here. This should tell your current energies right now, so that you'll know if this reading is really for you. There is some sort of conclusion, and there's this feeling of feeling stuck or not knowing what to do. I feel like for most of you, your relationship have ended or disconnection. I don't even know like I don't even feel like it has started. But for some, for a group of you, I feel like you've got history. Yeah. And yeah, I'm hearing wanting to restart a new chapter. It is. Because I'm feeling like, for some, don't worry, because I feel there's a chance to restart a new chapter again with this person and start over again, even though it's already ended. But you've got to stop rereading this first book here when there's a sequel book that you need to start on fresh. Yeah, I feel like it's time to end what needs to end now, so that you'll be able to start this new chapter with this person, especially in your life. Basically, if it's just within your own life, I feel like it's time. And whatever it is you're feeling trapped at the moment, and you're feeling stuck, it's only within your mind. Okay, so most of these are just illusion. This you feeling caged is just an illusion. But I know it feels so real. It feels so real. It feels hopeless. This situation feels hopeless to you. And you're trying to find a way out. There's this fragment, there's this feeling of just feeling lost. Like it's like this ghost here, like it just feels like it's living a life that is like you're just wandering around, and you don't know where you're going, and you don't know where you're going to focus your energy, and you don't know where you're headed. It's like that. It's like ghosts wandering around. I don't know why I'm getting that feeling. Fragment card. But obviously there's some imbalance here. It feels like, for some of you, it feels like nothing seems to be working out in your life, and maybe you've got other issues to deal with, whether it's family, friends, work, or study. All of this seems unrelated to each other, but if you really look around, look at your life and you step back, you will see that all of these are connected in some way. And usually when you're feeling trapped, you're only looking at one part of the big puzzle. If you're only looking at one piece of this big puzzle, obviously you're gonna feel trapped. So you need to step back and look at the bigger picture. Okay? And stay in the present moment. Sometimes what keeps you feeling trapped is not finishing or not concluding, not ending whatever needs to be ended, whatever needs to be in the past, and not having this acceptance. But yeah, it's not that it's not true, like it's not the truth. It's just that if you're looking at only one piece of the puzzle, you're only looking at the one fragment of the truth. You need to look at the bigger picture here, or on why this, for some of you, separation has happened. Okay? You're probably confused right now, and you're going through YouTube and finding readings to be able to just find clarity. But you just need to be in a here and a now, and through that you'll be able to find clarity. I know how it feels to have anxiety and just not be able to do anything, not be able to be productive because of that. But you need to be able to ground yourself and center yourself. That's what I'm getting here. So let's see how your person is doing within this no communication. I don't know, should I put it there? No, just put it there. Let's see their general mental state, current mental state right now. Could not be related to you, but yeah, can possibly be related to you, but probably not. Yeah, they feel quite hopeless at the moment too. I feel like you're being on the same energy as this person at the moment, and they need to detoxify themselves also. Get rid of the things that's not serving them anymore, and rebalance out their life, rebalance out themselves. Maybe this person is overindulging also with some things, whatever this is. Maybe it's addictions, maybe it's alcohol, maybe it's sex, maybe it's whatever it is. Maybe it's overworking. It could be as simple as that, but whatever it is, quite hopeless and helpless. That's what I'm getting. That's where their mind is currently, like their current mindset is right now. What do they think about you? Like their mindset, like their thoughts when it comes to you, even. Well, they want to speak the truth and they want to communicate. They might want this, but they may not do this. But it's what they wanting. They want to be, they want to take charge and just be authentic to you. Okay? I feel like they trust you. If there's one person that they consider that they can trust and they can be themselves with, it's you, I feel. I don't feel like this person is very authentic, like in terms of like the outside people and the way they are currently in their life. Let's see. Oh, and I've got the Page of Cups here. I'm hearing they want to come back. They want to come back. with this Page of Cups here. This is communication of love. They want to come back, but they feel quite immature. They feel quite immature. Or maybe they knew, or they're now realizing that whatever they did was immature back then, but I feel like it's something in the past. I also getting for some of them, it's just going back to the good old days. So, because I'm sensing like for most of you, you've got history with this person. Page of Cups to me though is also talks about self-love. So I don't feel like if they're overindulging, it's obvious that they're not really having self-love, as much self-love as they should. So their general emotional state, where they're currently at in their emotions. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Their emotions, their feelings towards you. Two of Cups, it's there. It's tricky to have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse as their emotions. I'm hearing this taking too long for them to be able to express their emotions, because they want it to be in the physical, and they want to offer you something, but maybe they feel that they cannot offer you enough, and that's taking a toll on their on how they feel, because they're not able to express that if they're not going to be able to offer you something. For some, it's like a tangible like proposal. For some, it's just keeping their promise. That's what I'm getting. I don't know if they're not able to keep their promise before, but maybe they're regretting that. It's taking so long, and there's a lot of delays for some of you. And it's always in the back of their mind. They're trying to focus on, not focus on their emotions by keeping themselves busy with work for some of them. Because if ever they're gonna come back, for some, just take whatever resonates. If ever they're gonna come back, they want to come back properly, and properly offer something. That's what I'm getting. Because what they feel, this person feels for you. This person thinks that you're their soulmate. This is this love, this connection is a missed opportunity. Maybe you've met at the wrong time. Maybe you've met when someone is in a current relationship, whether you or this person, whatever that is. But you've shared something that is they really cherish this connection with you, and they, whether they are familiar with the term, like they think, if they're familiar with the term soulmates, I mean, it's very common. Whether they call it as that or not, they know there's something about this connection. There's love here. It's mutual. That's what I'm getting. But I just feel like it has ended for most of you. That's why this Two of Cups is in reverse. for some, I feel like it hasn't reached its full potential. And you know that. Maybe that's why you really want to like continue and get under this connection or this relationship, because you know there's a potential for this connection. Let's see where are they currently at, what they're currently learning in their life right now. Where are they currently at? They're focusing on their home life currently right now. This is about home. This is about dreams coming true. This is about I'm hearing gaining confidence. This is about fulfilling their desires. I feel like for some of them, this is about them learning to be able to be deserving enough of the good things in life. Maybe they don't allow themselves to experience the good things in life. Maybe they feel undeserving. They feel guilty whenever they take pleasure in life. So when someone do that, they may tend to like punish themselves, because that's their programming. That's what they've always known. That's what I'm getting. If you have this certain kind of programming, you don't allow yourself to experience the good things in life, and maybe they don't even allow themselves to be happy. They make other people happy, but they don't allow themselves to be happy. They're very like self-sacrificial, and they might even refuse being in this connection because of that. So that's what I'm getting. For some of them, they're focusing on family, on home, and resolving conflicts in home. Maybe if they're currently married with someone else, they're dealing with that at the moment. That's only for some. Okay. Yeah, that's all I'm getting with this. Okay, some is just getting setting foundations in their life currently right now. I'm getting different things, so take whatever resonates. I mean, it's still a general reading, and I'm only doing 2 decks here. So how are they seeing you? Okay, even though it's 3 cards, I'll take it. They're seeing you as you're quite defensive with this 9 of Wands. But maybe for some of you, you're trying to be more open. You're trying to be more open in this connection in this person. They're seeing you that you trying to hold on to this connection or this person, maybe too much, maybe trying to take control within this connection so much and not willing to let go. I feel like it's to the point that it's unhealthy sometimes with this 4 of Pentacles in reverse. This could represent confusion about what you want out of this connection or this relationship. But this can also be that you've just got a lot of dreams that you want to fulfill. Like you're a dreamer. That's what I'm getting. I'm hearing you're loyal, very loyal to this person. At least you tried to be. You tried to keep your promises. And even though you don't give up. They see you, you're tenacious. You don't give up easily. Even though they've hurt you so many times. I'm hearing like, why do you still coming back? Why are you still giving me so many chances when I've already hurt you so many times and you're still there? I'm hearing you are my rock. For some of you, maybe this person used to say that or have told you that, or maybe for some of you they haven't. But this person wants to tell you, you are my rock. And maybe they're the one that is confused and don't know what they want out of life. And because of that, they put you in so much like trouble. And headache. And they might have ended things with you. In terms of how they're seeing the connection with you, I mean, they see this as a soulmate connection for most of them. So what else? How they're seeing the connection with you. They're saying it's quite out of balance at the moment. Maybe you're the one that's giving and giving and giving. They see there's no movement in this connection at the moment, which is quite obvious. And there's no communication. There's no communication. That's why there's no movement. I feel like no one in this connection is willing to, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's ego, but I just feel like no one in this connection is willing to like speak up first or apologize first. Maybe it's just you trying to keep like your self-worth. Like you're not gonna like do it again, and you're not gonna like communicate first, something like that. I just feel like if it's you and you really want to say something to this person, express it, because you don't know what's gonna happen. And I'm just like reflecting before I did this reading, and I was thinking about, I'm always glad that I've expressed what I truly feel, because I'm always at peace. Like whatever happens, I've already told my feelings towards my person. So it's up to them whether they've accepted it or not. And at least they know how I feel. And always tell your person or the people around you how much you love and care for them, because you don't know how long they're gonna be here, like, and that's just life. I mean, it depends on your situation, on what has happened, what's the reason for this. Not wanting to say something, but that's just a message. What are their fears at the moment that might be blocking them from communicating to you? Yeah. They're currently feeling trapped too. When I read this card, you currently share the same energy. When I'm reading this trapped card here, I'm reading it as like the Eight of Swords, and it came. Their fears. They don't feel quite stable enough. They have some mental anxiety. Maybe for some of them, they really need to get medical help on this. And maybe they're refusing to get help and get support at least, or get some advice at least from friends. But this mental anxiety, you currently have this too, and they have this too. I can't pinpoint exactly what's the reason for this, but I know it can be anything. How is he coping with this fear that they have? Why am I saying he? It could be a possible he or she, but this person have maybe it's for most of you it's a he. What action is this person doing about their fears? Well, I feel like they're trying to release themselves from this, and they're confronting their fear rationally, with rational thought. Okay? Face to face. Okay? I feel like they're trying to find clarity. I feel like it's for most of you it's positive, because they want freedom. Okay? Even though it's quite far away, if they look at freedom or having this freedom, it's quite far thinking. But for them, it's what they want. And I just feel like, because this connection, like this soulmate thing, might be quite wishy, like quite they might think it's wishful thinking. So I feel like how they're dealing with their fears right now is that they're trying to find facts, and they're trying to be rational about it. They're trying to use their mind instead of their heart. That's what I'm getting. This person is still dealing through some pains from the past. I don't know if they've had an abusive childhood, or whatever experiences they've had in their life, but it's quite traumatic experiences, whether it's something that you don't know or you know, or something that for most of them something that they've dealt with just on their own and not really tell anyone about this. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, because how they're dealing with it, they're maybe quite feisty when they're talking to people, or maybe they're quite for some of them they may be rude. Maybe when you first met this person, they're like that to you, but maybe they started to open up, and you realize that deep down they're quite sensitive. They're quite sensitive deep down. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. What else? Final message, final advice, or final message for you. What do you need to do? are you going to deal with this? Metamorphosis. Both of you are currently going through changes. And these changes can be quite painful to deal with. And you're both mirroring each other, which is quite obvious here. Remember, through these changes, only through changes will both of you will be able to grow and learn, and it's part of the process in life. So if you're holding on to the past, you need to release that and let go and let it be. Okay? Let things be. The more you're trying to hold on to things, the more you try to hold on to this person or you control the situation, the more it prevents, the more you're blocking it, the more it doesn't happen. What else is the message for that card? You're this might not make sense right now, but you're both in a process of deep and beautiful change, especially you. Butterflies earn their wings through great effort. The process of change is often painful, for it is never without losses and sacrifices. If you are to transform from one form to another, a part of you needs to die. Letting go isn't easy, especially when you're used to thinking a certain way about your life and how you live it. Just as a snake sheds its dead skin, or a caterpillar dies so that a butterfly can be born, you're required to release your old ideas and embrace a necessary change so you can live your best life. Perhaps you're being asked to let go of a low self-worth, a dream that no longer serves you, a relationship that is draining, or unhealthy habits. Despite your fear, you must accept that this is a transformational time for you. There will be some loss involved, but you'll love what you become. So you know in yourself what you need to detach from, what you need to let go. Maybe it's letting go, or actually like letting go of this connection, at least for now. You know, detaching from this connection because it's unhealthy currently and it's draining you. For some of you, it could be that. Or there might be some things in your life that might not be related to this, but may be connected to this, that is uncomfortable, but you're still doing it. This connection might be uncomfortable, but you still want to be in this connection. There are some things that is unhealthy for us, but we still are holding on to things because it's our comfort zone, even though it feels uncomfortable. It can be that. It can also be that. So yeah, that's your reading. Thank you for watching. For personal reading, all my details are down below, and I'm sending you love and light. I love you. Okay, so for the people who chose this deck, number 2, this is your reading. First, I'm just gonna look at your current energies at the moment so that you'll know if this reading is really for you, if this resonates. So I have here the Vision card for your current energy. Fulfillment in reverse and complicated. It seems like for most of you, for the people who picked this card, I feel like you're currently receiving signs or receiving divine guidance. Maybe you're actually communicating with your guides or your higher self even. But you're communicating with spirit and you're receiving messages that you will get this fulfillment, but you're just not quite there yet. Okay? And you're wishing, and I feel like for some I'm getting you're just feeling lonesome, feeling nostalgic about this connection, remembering the times, remembering the memories. Maybe you're wishing that life will just be simple, and that if you're really destined for this person and it's really meant to happen, then it will just happen. Okay? You're still wishing and you're still trying to manifest this either way, and you still have a lot of love within your heart. Okay? But you're not seeing it in the physical. Maybe in the spiritual, this connection, maybe you even dream, and you're seeing in the spiritual that you're really connected with this person, but in the physical it's not happening, especially for right now that you're not in contact with this person for whatever reason. I want to read this complicated card here. It's saying here, the message is, my sweet one, wouldn't it be nice if actually it reminds me of the song wouldn't it be nice. Is it the title of the song, like wouldn't it be nice if we were older, by the beach? It goes like that, by the Beach Boys, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so we wouldn't have to wait so long. Okay, so that's the song. Anyway, the message of this card is, my sweet one, wouldn't it be nice if life were always simple and things were obvious and transparent? The message of this card reminds you that sometimes there are so many elements to consider that it can be next to impossible to understand them all in the moment, especially when you most want to find an answer. Right now, things are complex, and only time will help you put all of the pieces of the puzzle together. Just remember, simple can also be boring, and complications can make for deeper, more mature experiences. You're both maturing, you're both growing with this person. Don't try to figure this one out. Just be open and follow the threads of life, mysterious web. Just basically go with the flow here. Maybe it doesn't really have to make sense. Maybe trying to understand the situation, trying to gain clarity. Why it's like that? Why did you choose this? If ever you chose this, maybe you're thinking, if ever you chose this life and this soul lesson, why did you chose this soul lesson in this lifetime? Maybe you're wondering. Maybe it doesn't really have to be an answer, and maybe it's really just a journey. Maybe it's not about finding answers. This is a time for reflection. But I do feel like your wishes will be fulfilled. Because wishing, I have the two cards here, wishing and fulfillment. And I just noticed now that 19 and 20, there's a process here. And we're not quite there in the fulfillment part. That's why it's still in reverse. Might still be a lot of complication that still needs to clear out. That's what I'm getting. It's still, you don't lose hope. So that's a good thing here. Maybe you need to be close to nature. Maybe you're actually trying to be close to nature and just reflect. And then that's a good thing if you're already doing that. If not, that's what you need to do to be able to like meditate and rest. Take this as a time out. It doesn't mean that this connection will happen, but I feel like maybe you're just having a time out, or this time of like separation, because separation for me is just an illusion, and we're all connected anyway. You and your person is always connected anyway. So now let's start this reading. I feel like I don't need to say much on that. Let's see where the current general mental state of your person, what they're currently thinking. That's fast. The Five of Pentacles. For some of them, it's maybe they're feeling lost. They're feeling some sort of loss. They've lost something, or maybe someone. Yeah. And they're quite depressed, and that's what they're thinking about, feeling depressed. So maybe it's actually you, or maybe you left them, or they've left you. But either way, they feeling pain. They feeling depressed, sad about this separation. I keep getting the separation. And for some of them, they're just thinking about money and finances and not feeling stable enough. So I'm getting like two things with this. Help, getting support from friends. I'm also getting support from friends, or wanting to get support through these tough times. There's this feeling of isolating, whether it's you or this person, trying to isolate yourself from other people or from just society generally. Their thoughts about you. Let's see about what do they think about when they think about you. What are their thoughts? This person's thoughts about you. Five of Wands. You might have had fights with this person, conflicts or arguments, or they might just be thinking of like all the people that are getting in the way of this connection. And it might be quite challenging. I'm getting, for some of them, it might not be people, but they're just thinking of the changing of the circumstances, and it's giving this person some sort of inner conflict. But it can be as simple as there's a conflict between the two of you that's keeping you apart or not being able to communicate to each other. For some, it's long distance. That's just what I got from my intuition right now. But there's a lot of people. Usually, when I read this Five of Wands, there's other people involved, other people's opinions, whether it's family or friends or society. What are their current general emotional state? So I got two cards here. Got the Temperance and the Hierophant. You're thinking about the commitments. You're thinking about making a commitment. Maybe it's about, I'm getting it's more of like signing contracts in, for some of them it's making a commitment in their life, about this change, because something has changed, or this fresh new start that they've started. So maybe it's that commitment. Maybe they're thinking, for some of them, they're thinking of a commitment with you. But we have the Temperance. It's about balancing their emotions, trying to find the emotional stability. Maybe they're not speaking because they're trying to balance out their emotions. If they're currently, for some of them, they're currently dealing with other things right now emotionally, and it's taking a toll for them emotionally, and that's why they're not able to open up to you emotionally, because they feel like whatever it is that they're dealing with, it's taking so much of their energy and it's draining them, and they feel like they're not able to give back to you. So that's the reason why they're not really communicating to you or not expressing to you, because they feel like if they're gonna give you like half love, you don't deserve that. So they just don't give you anything. For some of them, that's what I'm getting. Yeah, because giving you half love is not something that you deserve, so they'd rather just not start something. But they're thinking, for some of them, they're thinking of commitment. For some of them, this could be like society. I keep getting also society's involvement, society's thinking, like society's expectations, their feelings towards you. What really is their feelings towards you? The Hangman. The Hangman. They know that there's a spiritual connection between the two of you. And they're going through some sort of spiritual awakening, or maybe they've gone through this already. I'm hearing they know that you're the one for them, and they've transformed into this, with this butterfly here. They've transformed, they've matured, they've grown, and they might still feel stuck right now. It's not like I feel like they're on a point. For most of them, they're at a point in their life where they know what they feel and they're clear about how they feel towards you, but they don't know how, or how they're gonna be able to express it, or what they're gonna be able to do with these emotions that they have. That's what they're getting. They're still getting some sort of wisdom. Clarifier for the Hangman. I feel like there's something they're feeling for their feelings towards you. Yeah, 4 of Wands. This could indicate a twin flame relationship, if you resonate with that. But they don't want conflict anymore, because when they're thinking about it, they think of like the conflict, the complications. But they want harmony. They want harmony. Maybe for some of you, you remember them through music. But I feel like you get reminded, like there's some sort of, maybe there's a song, or through like hearing like a certain song in the radio, they remember you. They get reminded by you. I feel like this connection is very spirit guides are doing something in the what am I trying to say? Spirit and is helping this connection. Doing something, spirits doing something in the background. Like I feel like spirit angels are conspiring something. So don't ever think that this person is forgetting you, because I don't feel like it's far from that. I feel like they think about you all the time. They think this person. What are they currently learning in their soul's journey? Where are they currently at in their life right now? The lessons that they're learning. I don't know, I just feel like it's good to be aware of that. This is a current format on how I do my in-depth love readings, but I do it, instead of doing it one-sided like this, I do it on both sides for you and your person. So if you're interested in that, where are they currently at in their soul's journey, this person? Okay. The Moon. trotting into the unknown. Trusting intuition. This is like a new territory for them. Maybe trusting their intuition. They're awakening spiritually, so it's a new territory for them. Maybe you are already a very spiritual person, and maybe you are because you believe and actually watch tarot readings. So I feel like you're more spiritual than this person, or more spiritually awakened, but I feel like this person is awakening to this. I feel like they're discovering things about themselves, uncovering secrets about themselves, or how they've always been someone who's been wearing a mask. For some, that's what I'm getting. For some, they're just trying to illuminate something, like get to the truth of something, almost like investigating. I don't know why I'm getting that, but they're uncovering something, some sort of truth within themselves, or maybe it's something. I'm getting like a person trying to uncover truth about maybe they've been adopted or something, and they're trying to uncover the truth of who their actual parents are. That's very random, but that's just what I got. Obviously, that can be a very specific message. I feel like for some of them, they're trying to read about this or research about more about esoteric knowledge and all these things, spiritual things, maybe even tarot. But yeah, or maybe witchcraft. Maybe there's someone that's not always like maybe they're open to this, but they're not always they don't really believe in these things, spiritual things. That's what I'm getting. So whatever is happening in their life right now, they're being guided to go into the unknown, and it's like it's challenging their beliefs, their current beliefs. So let's see how they're seeing you. 9 of Cups in reverse. I feel like for them, you're like a dream to them. You're more like a dream that unachievable, like an achievable dream, or just being with you is like wishful thinking, with a wish card here, with a wishing. But this is about trying to make a wish come true, and I feel like you are this person's wish. That's what I'm getting with the 9 of Cups in reverse. Trying to reflect. For most of them, they're getting into reflection. What do I really want? What do I really want out of life? Why do I have these feelings about this person? Why this person intrigued me so much? But you really are a wish to them. That's what I'm getting with this. I need clarifier for how they're seeing you. What else? What else? Seven of Swords. Yeah. Wishing through the stars. I see this 7 of Swords, wishing through the stars. It's like they're praying for you. If you're wishing for this person, I feel like they're wishing for you too. Maybe they're wanting to change for you. If they've been the Seven of Swords, like Seven of Swords can be quite deceitful sometimes. If they've done so many wrong things, maybe they think they're not deserving of you if they've done some unwise decisions before in their life, or they're currently living a life like that. Maybe you're also quite mysterious to them. There's something about something like so intriguing about you that they can't just ignore. You're a very, very different person, different from all the people that this person have known. Even though you might have worn a mask, if you've not have been so truthful with the Seven of Swords here, they've seen the real you behind the mask. Like, you cannot hide from this person what you truly are. They've seen the real you. That's what I'm getting. Wow. That's something. Okay, so how they're seeing the connection with you. Fortune fairy. They feel like you are tied with each other through some sort of karma, through some sort, if they know about like past lives. I feel like you might have, they feel, or they think that they have some sort of idea that you might have tied through like lifetimes or past lives. For some of them, they're aware of that, I feel, and they believe in that. I'm just getting this sense or feeling that it's quite unfortunate why the two of you are not currently together. But they know that you both have some sort of connection. It's just wrong timing. What I'm getting, very like wrong timing. That's the feeling that I'm getting with this. It's always the wrong timing. That's what I'm getting from this person's perspective. How, what are their fears, this person's fears at the moment, that might be blocking this connection with you? The Lovers. How are they coping about their fears? What are they doing? What are they doing about this fear? Yeah, there's this feeling that's quite unachievable. That not that they can quite have it in the physical. There's something so like, it's not on the physical on this, with this connection. Like it's so like on the spiritual, more on the spiritual level. It's like you're already married on the spiritual, and this just needs to happen in the physical. There's really this undeniable connection that is also their fear. There's this undeniable connection with the Lovers here, that it's so strong, it pulls them in, that they want to run away from it, because it's making them fear. It's making them fear. It's making them, yeah, the attraction is so strong that they're running away from it, basically. I feel like this represents missed opportunities in how they're coping with this connection, with this fear. I don't feel like they're coping very, very well with the sun here in reverse. I mean, we've got the sun and we've got the moon here. I feel like they're trying to find clarity in this situation. And it makes them they fear the truth. That's what I'm getting. The more truth they find out about themselves, about this connection, about you, the more they fear the truth. For some reason. That's what I'm getting. I want to clarify the sun in reverse. That's how they're coping with their fears. I feel like they're being very, very, very cautious with the Page of Pentacles here. Trying to be calculating in their moves. When they're talking to you. Maybe you've noticed that. They're not quite open, or they're trying to read you, or read your true intentions. That's what I'm getting. They're trying to feel. They're trying to be very careful about whatever action they're taking in the physical, because it's a Page of Pentacles. But it still doesn't prevent them from having these ideas, from having this. I feel like they're having visions, they're having ideas in their mind about imagining a future with you, or just, I don't know, maybe like daydreaming about you. They still have those. I feel they're having those, even though they may think that this connection is not something that can happen. That's what I'm getting. At least for now, that's what they believe. So, the advice for you, let's see. What's the advice for you regarding to with this situation? How do you cope? Well, whether this person is communicating with you or not, being open to you or not, you need to keep moving forward with your life. Okay? Maybe it's just whatever movement this might represent for you. Maybe it's actually moving, as in moving location, moving from a new job, from an old job to a new job, or basically starting fresh in your life. Moving to a new home, moving to a new situation. You just have to keep moving forward and not wait for anyone or anything. Okay? Because you might think that, oh, I'll just do this certain thing when we come back together. If you've already been with this person, for example, when I be with this person, I can do this certain thing. No, do that now. Live your life now. That's what you've got to do. And you still have some healing to do, and you know that. And maybe you've been avoiding that. Maybe you've been avoiding to reflect within your own self. But yeah, it's very straightforward here. You need to keep moving forward in your life and do some sort of healing, what you need to do. What healing you need to do. If you don't know what you need to heal, you need to really be still and listen to your body, because it will tell you. If you ask yourself, especially your higher self, it will tell you. If you feel like you cannot connect with yourself or your higher self, That's the blocks that you need to heal, basically. That's where you need to start then. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, that's your reading. If you want personal reading from me, all my details are down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you love and light. I love you. Okay?